What happens if I what?
So, if you're going to claim that you are...
A polished pitch from Adejare.
Does it say about replace?
Do's and don'ts. Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome to another episode of Dragon's Den Pitch Review, the series where me, the stuttering rhetorician, public speaker and public speaking coach are reviewing pitches made from entrepreneurs who are appearing and entering the Dragon's Den BBC's hit show. On today's episode we are reviewing a pitch that has gotten many comments, like this one. I like his confidence, fight in good manners, nice way to manage a negotiation. Now, it's quite interesting that this video has gotten so many comments about this man's communication skills and that he has managed a good way of negotiating. However, this isn't straight through the case, and in this video we are going to find out why just his presentation didn't exactly go the way he might have intended it to do.
My name's Adejare Doherty. I'm here from the whole Leaf.
Before he even says anything, take a look at his body language right here. Now, some of you might think that this is no particularly bad way of standing when giving a presentation, but having a locked body language, and by locked body language I usually mean any of your body parts, your arms or your legs are closing in on each other. And when you are beginning your presentation, stand straight, have your arms relaxed by your side, and do like he does with a great smile, but avoid locking your body language.
Company, and I'm here to ask for 120,000 of your very hard-earned pounds in exchange for 20% of our business. What the whole
Great way of showing respect to the audience when he is using the phrase hard-earned money. And that is a sign of being humble. And being humble is a great way to earn trust and therefore increase your credibility.
Leaf company does is we import, supply and distribute the only truly eco-friendly and sustainable alternative to the common paper and plastic disposable plate.
The reason why I'm reacting like this is because he said, in fact, the only eco-friendly alternative. Claiming that your products or service are so unique that you are the only one on the market and there is basically no other competitions to your product or service, that's really dangerous and a bit of a gamble, at least this early on in your pitch, because what the audience is going to think when you claim that you are the only product or service that do this on the market, they are going to have a critical perspective throughout your entire pitch, and you're trying to find out, is this claim true or is it just bogus? They will spend the remaining time of your pitch trying to find loopholes that doesn't support this claim that you have done. So, if you're going to claim that you are the only one, that you are unique, do that later on in your pitch, perhaps during questions when they can ask you about that claim, so that you can answer straight away and settle any disagreements that you may have on this point. Apart from that, really good and calm voice.
The raw material, which is a palm frond. In India, they have around about 600 million Arab.
Did you notice that? How he raised his one eyebrow. Now, raising your eyebrows is a sign of emphasizing your message. So if you have something important in a message that you want to state, that this is crucial, listen to this specific point, raise your eyebrows when you are saying that specific thing in your presentation.
Palm trees. This is the top of the tree. When the nut of the tree is ripe, this falls to ground naturally. It's classed as agricultural waste. What we do is we pick up this palm frond, we wash it in a local groundwater source, and it goes through a heat press, like that, and it comes out looking like this. We are now supplying Sainsbury's, who are trialling our product. What we're going to do with your money is hopefully grow our business. We're going to do that by spending an amount on...
He started off really great with explaining and having a prop. A prop is a good visual aid when you are doing a presentation. As he talks on, I notice how he starts to talk a little bit too fast. You almost see the reactions from one of the dragons, how he's raising his eyebrows, almost looking a little puzzled. And I don't think they're quite following him as he reasons on his product and what they are going to use the money for. It's great though to take that with you when you're doing a presentation, the why. Why are you selling this? Why are you doing this presentation? So the why is really, really good, and he gets that really well here. But make sure you continue having a calm voice. Make sure you don't speed up in your presentation even if you get nervous. So maintain your calm all the time throughout your presentation and don't speed up.
To do is give you some plates to play with. I've got a specially strong one for you, Mr. Paphitis, because I know you like to break things. Just joking. Here's one for you.
Nice to finish it off with a little joke. He does like a self-laughter, and self-laughter is really great because that's contagious. So if you laugh at something, people are more inclined to laugh with you. But this whole thing felt a little bit cringe, so unfortunately I don't think this joke fell very, very well. So be careful when you are doing self-laughters and doing jokes. Really practice your jokes and prepare them, because if they fall on the wrong side of the tree, it's just a big cringe moment, and you don't want that.
A polished pitch from Adejare Doherty, who wants to develop...
Even the moderators thought this was a polished pitch, so might be a little hard here.
What happens if I wash this?
Now, because it's untreated, we don't use any...
Here, when he's presenting, he has his hands locked in front of his body like this. Hidden palms is also a sign of nervousness, and they indicate that you're trying to hide something. And in your presentations, you don't want the audience to feel that you're trying to hide something, because that will lower the trust that they have for you. And if the trust is getting lower, the credibility of what you are saying is getting lower, and that is going to have a bad and negative impact on their view of you as a speaker.
You know, this is a good ethical product, except for the pricing, and so that makes it not a business.
Valentine, could I interrupt you? I do apologise, but in terms of the pricing, the retail side of the business, in a few years' time, will pale into comparison compared to the wholesale side of the business. And on the wholesale side of the business, what a lot of caterers, which would be our market, are looking for is platters like this.
This response is actually really great from Dej, because he is on the point, he is polite, he is paying respect. So this response was spot on in terms of negotiation skills.
The issue there, it's cost. They're not going to introduce a product like this.
Who's not?
The catering industry.
That's not true.
Why?
Because the caterers I've spoken to, and I've spoken to many...
This pitch is now turning down a slippery slope, claiming that someone is not telling the truth or doesn't have enough knowledge to know the truth is giving a signal to the person you're talking to that they are lying. And that is an accusation, and you don't want the people you're talking to feel accused of anything, because that would make them go on the defensive side. So I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out, if we can turn it around or if the negotiations are turning hostile.
Do you have written orders?
Yeah, I've got a concrete order from Eden Caterers for 1,000 of these platters. It's
Dave,
just
do you know why they've ordered 1,000, Eden? They've got a specific event in mind that they think this will work for. What they're not thinking is this is going to replace their entire range.
That's exactly what they're thinking, Mrs. Meaden.
Right.
I'm not making...
They're going to replace their range?
Yeah, they're going to replace their range of platters with our palm platters, and so are...
Raising his voice, becoming aggressive, never good. Never raise your voice in negotiations, because that will make the people you're talking to becoming more hostile.
So are Kingfisher caterers, and I actually have an email from Kingfisher.
Show me a letter from Kingfisher or Eden saying we're going to replace all of our stock with your product as soon as you get it, and we'll pay the price, no problem.
Yeah, sure.
Make or break moment right here. If he here can prove that his statement is correct, that might change the whole dynamic of this pitch. But if it turns out that they are not going to replace their products with the plates that they are pitching here, this pitch is over, because being transparent and being honest and truthful, and you can be able to prove any claims that you have, that is perhaps one of the most important things when it comes to communications. As I said, make or break moment here.
More lucrative market for his products may salvage his pitch, but only if Duncan Bannatyne feels he has the proof he needs.
I wanted to write and confirm our interest in your supply in this range.
Yes.
Does it say about replacing the whole?
No. We've indicated our requirements as being in excess of 50,000 units per annum, and we'll have an ongoing requirement for your range over the next 2 or 3 years. If it's not an order, it's an interest.
But 50,000...
You can just see by the look on the dragons, they are so disappointed, because how are you going to be able to invest someone if you can't trust them? And even if he doesn't try to hide anything, the fact that he claims that they have an order when all they have is an interest from a customer, I really feel for him, because I don't think this was his intention of not being transparent enough or trying to hide something, but the outcome is, unfortunately, that his credibility is severely damaged.
Disappointed that the sales leads aren't solid, two dragons walk away from the deal.
OK, Des, let me tell you where I am.
Yes, Mr. Khan.
I actually like the product.
Yes.
I just think you're asking for too much money.
OK.
If you'd come in here looking for 50,000, it would be a punt that I probably would take. But regrettably, it's not for me.
OK, Mr. Khan.
But for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
Dej,
Yes.
for the first time, you've made me feel like what it could be like to be a judge.
May I?
No, judgment has been cast. I'm out.
Thank you.
This presentation really had the potential of going all the way. It's just about the details in his sales and not being able to prove your claims, and just stating in the beginning that you are the only eco-friendly, you are unique in every way. I think that had a negative impact, and they became more critical of him, and I thought that showed in the questions that they were just trying to find loopholes in his pitch, and everything just became fuzzy. And that's why he says here, unfortunately, I'm out. Because I believe that this pitch had so much potential of going in the right way. But learn from this. Do's and don'ts. Be transparent. Be able to prove your claims. Communicate with confidence. And never become hostile in negotiations. Never raise your voice. Always try the friendly negotiation way where you are remaining calm. That will do wonders for your negotiations, because people will not be defensive against you. They will be open-minded about you. I hope you enjoyed this pitch review. I'm back soon with another review to help you become better at presentation, pitch, and public speaking techniques. Until then, thank you.